My grandfather started there in 1964. He did 36 years, I believe, as the superintendent of Bathurst Olympic Pool, as it was known then. And his wife Nina, my grandmother, worked the counter. So my grandparents were pretty much known in Bathurst as the cheapest babysitting service in town, because for $1 a day you could drop your kids at the pool, you know, in the school holidays and pick them up after you finished work, knowing that they were going to be safe. It was pretty incredible and just wouldn't happen in this day and age.
We loved it. One of our big punishments was if we got in trouble at home, Mum would say, "You're not going to the pool."
My husband and I, we were engaged and we were at the shallow end of the deep pool and we were cuddling and he came out and separated us. I had an engagement ring on and I thought, I'm being told not to hug or kiss my fiancé.
Mr Manning was famous for giving people that stepped out of line laps to swim, and I did cop a few in my day. I wasn't the worst offender, but you know, if you jumped into the pool carelessly or you did a bomb or you were running in an area that you should have been walking, Mr Manning was very quick to tell you into the pool, give me 10 laps, and he always knew how many you had to go too. You couldn't shortchange him.
I think my grandparents absolutely loved their jobs to the point where they were part of the fabric of this town. They were counsellors, they were fitness trainers, they were, you know, surrogate mothers and fathers to half of Bathurst.
When Mr Manning passed away, it became apparent that the community needed to do something to honour both John and Nina, and there can be no more fitting tribute to a couple like that than to have a venue that they were so closely associated with named in their honour. Well over 1,200 people signed that petition online. Some beautiful comments were left as well. You know, hundreds of comments from people that just remembered Mr and Mrs Manning the same way I did, as being this welcoming force.
My brothers and sisters are going to hate me, but we found a photo of them having ice cream, ice blocks, in front of the old change rooms at the pool, at the back here. Oh, I think it probably was the mid-70s. And another one was my sister on her birthday getting her new kickboards to come to the pool.
It was almost a ritual. You'd ride your bike to get to the venue, you'd park your bike out the front, and there'd be hundreds of push bikes out the front of this place, along the racks and things out the front, and we'd all file in, and it would always be Mrs Manning there waiting to welcome us as we came through the gate. And then throughout the day, she'd be there in the canteen, and there'd always be a redskin lolly or a snake or something that you'd want to buy with the money that you'd brought in.
There's me at the age of 2 in the baby pool at Bathurst Olympic Pool. Mum always was very proud of the fact I could swim 50 metres at the age of 2 with floaties on. I mean, that's just a classic example of my grandparents in their heyday. My grandfather in his famous whites, and you know, my grandmother always wore those little summer dresses. From the family's point of view, we're absolutely chuffed that basically my grandparents and our family name is immortalised now in Bathurst. The Mannings are synonymous with swimming in Bathurst, and it's just really nice, to be honest, to have that done.
I'm sure that this tale could be told across public pools right across New South Wales. In those eras, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even in the early 90s, these facilities were a real hub. They were somewhere for people to get together. They were a focal point for people from all backgrounds to come and spend time, to stay fit and healthy, and again, to be safe.